So welcome back, people. Thank you for being here. I wanted to react to Teddy's what Teddy said on about her cancer diagnosis. So on the Jeremy Ken Lima show, or let me call it podcast, Teddy Mellencamp admitted that she cannot help but wonder if her stage 4 cancer diagnosis is karma or payback for an affair that she had with horse trainer Simon Schreuder. Okay, let's watch what she said. Let me see if I have that video. Oh, jeez. Hold on one moment. I want to share the video with us. Okay, yeah, that's the video. And just hope it works. Yep, that's the video.
Life is more legal than you think. And LegalZoom is here to help. Whether it's registering a business, starting a will or trust, or staying on top of your business licenses. When you need a legal hand, turn to LegalZoom.
The horse trainer.
Yeah. I've never.
Let's go back.
The horse trainer.
Yeah. I've never talked about it at all. Just because of the kids, and I've never wanted anybody to have a guarantee whether it happened or didn't happen. But what I can say is, did I do things that hurt other people? Yes. To this day, does it still hurt my heart? And I wonder if that's why I got cancer? Yes.
Like
it was my payback. So nothing goes without payment, I guess. But yeah, that entire however long it was that it was all over the press, it was everywhere. And you're trying to minimize everybody's pain. You end up maximizing it. Whereas if you feel like you could just open up, because now not only do you have yourself, you have your significant other, your kids, the other person's significant other, their kids. I mean, so many people are hurt in the wreckage.
What are your thoughts about this, people? What do you think about this? Okay. So she is saying she thinks that her cancer diagnosis is karma for an affair she had with horse trainer Simon Schreuder last November. I'm going to read us the comments that she put there. Oh, sorry, comments from other people. Okay. So before I do that, she tearfully acknowledged that affair, which broke just weeks after her public divorce from Edwin Aroyev. It hurt many people in her life, including her children, and that Simon's then wife, Carly, filed for divorce on December 30th in the wake of the scandal of this scandal. I mean, who would not? Okay. So Teddy has undergone multiple surgeries this year to remove brain tumor. By April, she announced the tumors had shrunk significantly and her doctors expected them to be, to be healed within 6 weeks. Okay. And that's, for me, is good. But then what are the lessons that we can learn from this story? Okay. I would say own your choices and their consequences. But before we say anything about what we can learn, let's go to the comments. Let's go to the comments section of this post on TMZ. Okay. What in the world is going on? Why can't I scroll down? Okay. Okay, some people said, if God was handing out punishment for the sins people do, every human being on earth will be dying of some sort of diseases. Unfortunately, you have cancer and it's bad, but God isn't punishing you. It's just something that happened. I agree with that statement. Okay. Let's see another comment. And she says, no. Another person say, absolutely no. No one deserves cancer. Not even Hitler. Oh. So another person says, hey, there are two separate issues. You can be a bad person and live a long, healthy life. And you can be a good person and have struggles with health, which makes a lot of sense, which is very true. Another one says, it's sad that even in sickness, people get on social media for attention. Focus on yourself and your children. Social media people are mean. Someone is crying already. She regrets. She's down already and you're kicking her while she's down. How mean can you be? I like the response of another person. The other person said, you too are on social media for attention too. Why is it only okay when you do it? Who cares? She almost left this world. She can do whatever she wants with her life, period. Another person says to that other comment, says, learn empathy. It will take you so far in life. For real, I just talked about that. We need to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Another person said, if cancer was a result of cheating, millions of men would have gone to the great beyond every year because of it. Stop whining and be grateful to be alive. And, as well as women. All right, with that said and done, what can we learn from this whole thing? What can we learn? For me, there's just so many things that we can learn. Own your choices is the first thing. That is your choice. You made a choice. Own your choices and their consequences. Okay? Teddy's willingness to publicly link her health crisis to past mistakes remind us of one thing. It reminds me that accountability isn't just a buzzword, it's a part to genuine healing. I'm going to pause there for a while. So in my own life, right, maritally, I've been through hell. But then there was a day I was in my quiet time. I was just, reminiscing and thinking. And all of a sudden, I thought about something. And out of nowhere, I was like, wow, this is the reason I had to go through 11 years of craziness. Right? And for me, that was the closure that I needed. That was accountability for me personally, because I was able to sit down and see where my own fault in the whole thing was. My fault was way in the beginning. Something that I had ignored totally. Why am I saying this? And that brought me to a place of healing. When we take accountability, when we talk of accountability, it's not just a buzzword. No. It's you facing the fallout from your actions. It's you owning it fully and using it as fuel for positive change in your life. So her coming out to say, oh, her cancer diagnosis is karma, I just see it as her taking accountability. That's all. That's all. Okay? And again, she came online, was shedding tears, sharing her deepest fear on a public platform. That woman just showed how showing vulnerability can foster empathy and support. I just went to read the comments. You see the support, you see people being empathetic towards her. Vulnerability builds connection because people could relate to how she was feeling. I can relate to how she's feeling. I can see what she's talking about. Okay? Don't be afraid to let your audience see the real you. That's where your strength comes from. It often grows from those moments you feel the most exposed. When you are vulnerable, it leads you to healing. It leads you to begin your healing journey. And with that being said, healing is both physical and emotional. Her journey underscores that recovering from trauma, whether it is a health battle or emotional betrayal, it requires the attention on both fronts. When I mean both fronts, it requires physical attention and emotional attention. Prioritize your self-care routine and therapy alongside with your medical treatment just to rebuild yourself. It has to be a holistic approach. As you are doing the medical side, you are doing the physical side. Okay? And what can we also learn from this? We can learn that we should learn from pain rather than be defined by it. She said something. She said, nothing goes without payment. Some will see that as a narrative of self-punishment, but I instead choose to see hard lessons as stepping stones. Let every step back inform a wiser decision moving forward. Why do I say that? Because yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is a blank space, is a blank board before you. Is a blank check before you. What are you going to do tomorrow? How are you going to do? How are you going to handle your tomorrow? How you handle your tomorrow depends on the reflections that you are having in today. The reflections you are having today, the actions you are taking today, the accountability you are taking today concerning the things that you did yesterday. All right? And then I can see when she credited honest conversations with trusted friends and professionals on her broadcast for helping her process guilt and grief. What am I trying to say here? She had support network, and your support network matters. Support yourself with people that will tell you the truth, even when it hurts. People who will lift you when you are ready to rebuild. People who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. Okay? So you need to have that kind of support system. And looking at her story, I can say for sure that hope can emerge from regret. Though this woman faced a lot of public scrutiny, life-threatening diagnosis, her story shows that hope isn't lost, even after serious missteps. Everybody makes mistakes. But after making the mistakes, what do? Embrace the possibility that our darkest moments can catalyze profound personal growth. And I think that's what's going to happen for her. Okay? Why am I doing this story? Like I say, this is not a gossip channel. I do this story so that we can learn from it. Let's use these takeaways to strengthen our own journey. Let's stand in our power by embracing accountability, vulnerability, and holistic learning. So that when life knocks you down, friends, when life knocks you down, you rise again with purpose. You rise again with resilience. That is my take on this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. With that being said, continue to stand in your power. Continue to do you. My name is Femi, and I would see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.